What's going on, everybody? Jen Piacenti with Sports Illustrated, here to help you with those tough start-sit decisions for Week 6, the first bye week of the season. And for that, we've brought in Michael Fabiano, Senior Fantasy Analyst at Sports Illustrated. Fabs, help us out at the QB position.
Let's start off with Matthew Stafford as a start. The Giants have given up 20-plus fantasy points to 3 quarterbacks through 5 weeks, and they've given up big games to Teddy Bridgewater and Taylor Heineke. Who aren't exactly elite quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford should have a very solid game against the G-Men. I'm sitting Ryan Tannehill, though. He hasn't been great this year. No Julio Jones. They've been running the ball a ton with Derrick Henry, and the Bills' defense has allowed just 5 touchdowns and the fewest fantasy points to quarterbacks, so sit Tannehill.
I've got Stafford locked and loaded in quite a few of my lineups already. Now, at the running back position, who are you looking at this week?
Let's go back to the Rams and Darrell Henderson. The Giants have given up an average of 170 scrimmage yards and the 5th most points to running backs. And Henderson's healthy. While he's healthy, keep him in your lineup. But I'm benching Chase Edmonds. You know, he had a bad matchup last week, did not put up a great stat line. Now he's got the Browns. They've allowed just one running back to score more than 10.2 fantasy points against them this season. That was Austin Eckler last week. So Edmonds is a risk-reward flex at best.
And at wideout, you're actually picking a Steeler.
Right. I mean, no Juju Smith-Schuster, and unfortunately, we lose him for the season. Hopefully, he gets back to 100% soon. But Chase Claypool had a massive game last week with Smith-Schuster out of action, and now he's got the Seahawks. They've given up the 6th most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers, and 7 receivers have scored 16-plus points against them. So Claypool is a great play. Not so much on Allen Robinson. He's 61st. Yeah, folks, 6'1". That's where he ranks among wide receivers right now. The Bears have thrown the ball a league low 35% of the time since Justin Fields took over as the starter. That's not going to get it done. Allen Robinson has become a massive risk for fantasy managers.
It's breaking my heart how they're using Allen Robinson, but what can you do? You got to make those tough decisions if you want to win your league. Okay, tight end position, Fabs, and there's a certain guy that we really like.
How about them Cowboys? That's right, Dalton Schultz. 7 or more targets in each of his last 3 games. The Patriots' defense has been tough on tight ends, but they haven't really faced anybody. So Schultz is a very good play despite the bad matchup on paper. And then David Njoku, 27.9 fantasy points, led all tight ends last week. Don't chase the points. He's got the Cardinals this week. No team in the National Football League has given up fewer fantasy points to tight ends than Arizona. So Njoku is a risk-reward tight end at best this week. I would not chase the points that he put up in Week 5.
Fantastic, as always, Michael Fabiano. But this was just a teaser. There is so much more. Start sits for every single position: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, defense, and even kicker at si.com/fantasy. But you want to click that subscribe button right now on YouTube so you don't miss a single one of Fab's Start Sit videos or my waiver wire videos that come out every Tuesday morning right here on YouTube.